Who's on top? Tommy!
And welcome back to Who's on Top. This is episode 52. It is March 1st, 2021, and boy, are we excited today. We have a great episode planned for you. Some tip-off, some ads, some proposals or disposals. One of my brainchilds. We're going to be very excited about that. Stat Track, Wacky Sport of the Week, and as always, Ellis is going to stutter through the goodbye. And speaking of Ellis, there's our Corona King, Ellis Gordon.
What's up, guys?
Looking dashing as always with the hair. Oh, is that Jeremy in a leather jacket with some glasses? Or is that Clark Kent? Who knows?
At your service.
Way to recover from that. And standing underneath his Phi Slam with Jeremy poster, we got Daniel Fox.
Shana Tova.
Shana Tova to you. Happy Purim as well. And finally, the TikTok boy, Jacob Caston.
What's up, guys? Let's talk some sports.
Breaking news in a surprise announcements. The New England Patriots have announced that they are firing Bill Belichick and promoting a new young game manager star right out of Ithaca College, Daniel Fox, into the managerial position. He has a lot of talent, this one. He has advanced degrees in statistics, sports management, and journalism, all by the age of 21. It's crazy to have 3 PhDs by that age, but somehow Daniel has succeeded. And with all this acumen and skill, he has decided to come before us, the board of directors, and make some moves. Daniel, tell us a bit about the moves.
Wait. Who's the board, Ori? Introduce the board.
Oh, okay. And Daniel came in front of the venerable and honorable board of directors, spearheaded by financial advisor Jeremy Giles, director of aesthetics Ellis Gordon, and finally recreational director Jacob Caston, and me, finally head of marketing.
I'm excited. I just want to say I'm excited to be on this board.
I'm also excited to be on this board.
Y'all better get the money right. If we're getting the money, if we're spending money, it better be good.
I hope you don't have to fire him because that'd be a shame. And
No, I hope we have to fire him. It saves us a pretty penny.
I've just been deflating some balls, all that kind of good stuff, because I'm ready for another Patriots season.
And with that, Director Fox came in. He slashed some players' contracts already. We cut 3 of them that he felt like he really didn't need. Dante Hightower, Brandon Bolden, and Ryan Izzo. He really made some significant cuts there. Daniel, do you want to explain the reasoning behind those cuts?
Yeah. Obviously some tough decisions, but I get paid the big bucks to make the tough decisions. And I felt like Dante Hightower doesn't have enough left in the tank to justify making $12 million a year. It sucks. He's a great player, but watching him in 2019, he just didn't have the speed to actually compete in one of the slowest defenses in the NFL. And coming off a year where he missed in 2020, the speed's going to be even worse in 2021. And I just don't see justifying his bet. Brandon Bolden, I don't feel like we need a 5th running back, even though he is pretty good on special teams. And I don't think we need Ryan Izzo. I have a better tight end in mind.
After much deliberation, the board has approved all of these cuts. It's hard, with the families, but they understand it's for the greater cause, and getting the New England Patriots another championship they really need, because they haven't gotten enough in the first 20 years of the 21st century. Free agency was a little bit of a doozy. We ended up signing some pretty good players. We re-signed James White, the running back, winner of Super Bowl 51, if I'm not correct, 52. Which one was the Atlanta one?
51.
51. that crazy Super Bowl. Joe Thuney played great, and we decided to bring him back for a good sizable chunk, but he's been playing out of his mind. Center as well, David Andrews, welcome back. John Simon, Lawrence Guy, and Adam Butler will all be rejoining the defensive line for not too much, honestly. On the cap, we ended up with a large surplus, and that made Jeremy smile. Finally, Jason McCourty, we decided to bring back at least for one more year, as some of us harbor Rutgers tendencies. We decided at least give him another chance. Nick Folk re-signed for a sizable sum of $3 million. We heard rumors out of Syracuse that Jacob Kazan might be making that amount this spring, actually, for kicking for the team. And finally, our two big free agency acquisitions. We decided to sign wide receiver Curtis Samuel, who's had a phenomenal career, at least so far, with the 49ers, leading them to a Super Bowl in 2019. And linebacking master Bruce Irvin. We signed him for $5 million, which was pretty cheap considering that he was one of the best linebackers for the Seahawks. Otherwise, some notable highlights for our team include Stephon Gilmore, Devin McCourty, Shaleel Milson, and Marcus Cannon, all playing great. Finally, our wide receiving core, led by Curtis Samuel and Julian Edelman, will be looking pretty good. So, Daniel, now that we head into trades, bring them in front of the board. What are we going to do here?
The board would like to make a verdict on free agency. At least I would, as part of the board. I don't speak for all the board. Ori, Jacob, Jeremy, all smart members of the board, individuals. But I like what this roster is doing right now. I think there's some holes that we need to fill, and I think once we get some tape on all the teams in the league, and maybe we put their cameras in their locker rooms to see all their game plans, I think we're gonna have a success once we fill some of those holes.
I would like to mention that we forgot that we cut some of the most important players, or we decided not to cut, but just not to re-sign them. That includes Cam Newton, our quarterback and leader. That includes Brian Hoyer, right?
Yeah.
Our backup quarterback. So we have some pretty major holes in our roster. What's going on, Daniel? How are we fixing them?
Yeah. Well, I want to say, I mean, obviously this is some simulation, if I could say that word. So not everything's going to be exact. I envision that we spend about $15 million signing a bunch of depth players, practice squad players, guys with speed. We're not going to go through all that in the simulation, which you can check out on YouTube. Pretty interesting stuff to see the discussion. But yeah, this is where things get interesting. This is when I put my balls on the table, figuratively and literally. My first trade will be Stephon Gilmore. I am going to want a second-round pick this year and a third-round pick next year from him. Do you guys think I can get that done?
You can get more than that, I think. No, he's like a top-rated quarterback.
Definitely not more.
Not more.
2 years ago, with how good he was, I won at least a first
He
round.
had
I
a
don't know if
bad
it's
year last
possible.
year.
No,
But
I want
I
a
don't know
high
if it-
second-round pick and a third-round pick and maybe like a sixth-rounder
know
this
if it-
year.
I don't know if it's worth trading such a proven player for a high second rounder. Like I understand we might
And
not
a
be
third rounder. But it's freeing up space. It's freeing up more space that we could use to increase our depth. This is where I really need the board. There's two quarterbacks that I like. One of them I like more than others, but he's going to command more of a value. The first one is Derek Carr. And I think he would be a great fit in our system. I think he's been held back a little by the inaptitude of the Raiders and a terrible defense. I think in New England, he could really be a star. And I think we could use that second-round pick we just got, a fourth-round pick this year, and a second next year. And I think we could get that done. My other suggestion would be getting Teddy Bridgewater just as a stopgap guy for maybe a third this year and a fourth next year. What do you guys think? Where should I go?
I mean, I like the trade. I just think you're very much undervaluing the quarterbacks. I don't know if you're getting.
I do agree.
You see how much Stafford went for.
Yeah, like if Stafford goes for 3
Well, that was also a salary dump, though.
But I'm not saying Stafford is not better than Derek Carr, but you can't say Stafford goes for 3 first rounders. I think that part of it was a salary dump, and think that Derek Carr does not go for at least 1 or 2.
All right. I see you. I'll up my offer. I'll offer one of the second-round picks I got this year, a first and a third next year.
I think that's more realistic.
And I'll throw in N'Keal Harry.
I think that's more realistic. I don't know if they take it. If they take it, I think that's an awesome trade for us.
But Jacob, as the only analyst I trust in this situation, besides Jeremy and Ori, What do you think I should do with the quarterback position?
Yeah, so I think a first and a third and N'Keal Harry. That's a much better offer than the second and third. Which quarterback would he be? What's your top option with that offer?
Well, I don't want just take a flyer on Marcus Mariota, which is what a lot of people have the Patriots doing. I want to get someone who's proven. We got Curtis Samuel out here. We got Julian Edelman coming back, Jacoby Myers. I think I want a quarterback who could actually get them the ball and who isn't a liability. And I think Derek Carr would be a perfect fit in the system. And I think we could absorb his contract. And I think that's a huge part of it. So if we to give a first, third, and N'Keal Harry, who was a first-round pick, and absorb that contract, I think the Raiders would do that.
Yeah,
we have the cap space to do it.
I think they would do that too. I think the Raiders, and they would just resign Marcus Mariota. I think in terms of realistically, it's possible. And as a big fan of Derek Carr, I just want to say I am slightly concerned that it will be a very good playoff team, but not a Super Bowl winning team with Derek Carr as your helm. That said, with Bill Belichick, I'm gonna greenlight. I personally am ready to do that, but know that your job relies on Derek Carr's success. Dun, 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 dun.
That's scary. That's scary stuff. Or
Yeah.
should I just do a bridge here and get Teddy Bridgewater?
I think I think that's a 50. That's a you decision. I'm gonna let you make that decision. I think either one. I think this is crucial to your GM as a young GM. This is a crucial decision. I think it's up to you. I think a bridge might offer you more flexibility, but if Derek Carr all of a sudden goes off, then you might get the axe.
Yeah.
Jeremy, what do you want to say about it?
I would definitely actually say go Derek Carr, and here's why. A bridge works when you get a really good quarterback next year, and most of the really good quarterbacks are generally higher up in the drafts, or generally the higher up picks. And I just think Bill Belichick is too good to get a really high up pick in the drafts. So because of that, I think that Teddy Bridgewater is a very good quarterback, but I don't think anyone's really considering him as a long-term option. I think Derek Carr is, and kind of the same way that Stafford can be a long-term option for the Rams. So I'd say go Derek. I wonder if with the right pieces he could be as good as Stafford. So I would say I definitely go Derek Carr.
All right, Jeremy, I respect your opinion. Ellis, I respect your opinion. Jacob, I respect your opinion. Ori, I respect your opinion. And I'm a guy who listens to everybody's opinions, and I respect all of them. But I'm actually going to go off the board here. I'm going to go get Teddy Bridgewater. I'm going to offer, what did I say, a third this year and a second next year?
Yes. And I think they'll definitely want that because they're trying to move on from Teddy Bridgewater. So
yeah. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to package my early second that I got for Stephon Gilmore and a fourth, move up into the late first round. And I believe that one of the quarterbacks is going to fall to the late first round, whether that's Trey Lance or Mac Jones. And I'm going to take whichever one's remaining. And that's going to be my quarterback of the future.
Gotcha. And let's say I don't think Mac Jones is probably not going to fall. So I think it's going to be Trey Lance.
Yeah, I'm going to try and go to 20. Again, this is a simulation. So in a real world scenario, I would hear things about where Trey Lance was going. But I want 2 mid-first round picks. And with the first one, I'm going to take Kyle Pitts. I believe he will fall to 15. I think people are scared to take tight ends in the top 10 just with the injuries. And
I highly doubt he falls to 15.
I think for the simulation, we'll allow it.
Yeah, then we'll allow it. I see mock drafts with him going 15 or 12 or 13.
I've seen
if I hear people on the phone, that they're going to go after Kyle Pitts, I'm going to package and I'm going to move up to 12 or 13. But I think he falls to 15. And then with my second first round pick, I'm going to get Trey Lance.
I like it a lot. Good job, GM Fox.
Thank you. So to summarize, I came in here. I talked with Belichick. We had a really good discussion. Teddy Bridgewater is my quarterback, is my bridge quarterback. Trey Lance is my quarterback of the future. We got Curtis Samuel coming in to be my wide receiver 1. We got Kyle Pitts being my tight end. We brought in KJ Wright. We did this off the simulation, but I improved my depth and my speed in the defense. I think this is a team that can compete with the Buffalo Bills. I don't really see an extreme weakness. We have a lot of cap space going forward next year, and that's when we could maybe really either evaluate Trey Lance, think and assess if he's the future, or go out and get another quarterback. Teddy Bridgewater is not the quarterback of the future. That will be a next year decision, But this year, I think we compete for a playoff spot.
And to give a summary of this, in my estimation, I think this is a very good because it keeps us competitive for this year. Maybe a mid-playoff team, but that's okay. And I think it gives us future aspirations. But
It's
if in
on
3 years,
trajectory for growth, which is
But
what
if-
we want.
but if in 3 years no growth, GM Fox will get the axe. All
Hey,
right. Any
Look,
final?
I didn't take this job if I didn't want the responsibility. I want everything on me. Okay, that's what all those late nights reading football manuals and
Well-
crunching the numbers. This is what I want. This is the dream job, but I'm not going to be sliding around, just being like, oh, let me go get Marcus Mariota. No, balls on the table. Let's win some football games.
Well, balls are definitely on the table. I'll tell you that.
As a GM, as an owner, as a president, whatever you call me, I love to hear that. Jacob,
I'm excited about Fox.
Any closing
Very much,
remarks?
very excited. I think it's gonna. The future could be bright, could be dark. So let's hope for the first.
But it's
Yeah.
okay.
That's usually how
'cause-
futures go, Jacob.
All right. I believe with that, our simulation concludes. We'll be doing another one pretty soon. I'm very excited for that.
Good
now
luck to the
that we got-
Patriots.
Good luck to the Patriots. I'm very excited for their future.
I am a Jets fan. I don't care if I am the general manager of the Patriots. I cannot say those words.
Nice, Jeremy. Well, let's move on.
And now let us conclude the podcast. A bit of a hectic one, but still good nonetheless. And let's go into our announcements. If you want to start a podcast, do one on Buzzsprout. They're very, very clean, easy website to use. I personally love them. Great. And if you join the premium plan, you get a $25 Amazon gift card to start you off, help you buy some podcast equipment, which is nice. Thank you to Podfest Global Summit for having us. We've been going to that. Very interesting, honestly, like discussions we learned a lot from Podfest Global Summit. So thank you for that. And thank you, Buzzsprout, for supplying our tickets to that. We really, really appreciate it.
Can I just say too?
Yeah.
This really is because of you guys, right? Like we are now at a point where I'm not saying we're some big podcast. We are not. I'm not going to pretend we are. But we are.
Yes, we are.
But we are at a point where we are getting invited to events because of how much you guys listen to us. So really, just thank you. Share it with your friends, share it with your friends' friends, have your friends share their friends to their friends' friends, and we'll keep growing.
Could not say that better myself, Jeremy. Could not say that better myself. We're almost at 2,700. No need for such violence. We're almost at 2,700 views. So for now, actual announcements. Instagram is what.podcast. That's wot.podcast. We got face shops on there. You'll polls, interactive stuff like that, and you'll always know when the next episode is up. Also, Twitter at wot.podcast also tells you when the next episode is up, and Fox will hit you with live game updates when baseball season starts. Got if you want to listen to our podcast, subscribe, drop a follow. Subscribe, follow, turn on notifications so you always know when new episodes are up. And you can do that on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Deezer, Buzzsprout, Listen Notes. We've actually gone on to a bunch of directories. The only one still is Amazon Podcasts that we're not on. Everywhere else in the world, except for other Malaysian back sites, you can get our podcast. So you should do that. Crucial that you do that.
Oh. Shout out to a sponsor, Thick Nation. If you want, they send you regular pics of Daniel Fox in the bathroom. So yeah, shout out to our sponsor, Thick Nation. Please use our promo code THICWOT at whosontop.com. Just look up.
I just think I also want to add to that. For these pictures, I for his birthday got Daniel Fox a nice, thin, and very tight pink Tom Brady is my pilot underwear.
All right, that's not a cap. Actually, Jeremy actually got him like tight pink underwear for his birthday.
Fox, can you wear that for
Fantastic.
the Instagram? Can you wear that?
Can you wear that for the Thick
Instagram?
website? I think it'd be perfect to have
For thick.com. Yeah.
Anyway.
No, Fox, can you wear that over your shorts and we'll like take a picture and put it on the Instagram? I think that would be really funny.
And then
Awesome.
And then we also got our YouTube at Who's on Top. And if you want to see visual like this episode, you want to see the visual looks, then go to our YouTube. And that is a fun place over there. And subscribe, follow, notification bell on, all that good stuff you do with YouTube. All right. I think if no one else has anything else, and if no one else has anything else to add, I think that is let us wrap it up. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. We want you guys to have that sick ass immune system. Sorry to blunt my words.
Sick. You said sick
know.
ass immune system.
I know what I was saying.
Alice said
Sick ass
ass.
immune system.
That was the
sick
point.
ass. I don't think you did that intentionally.
No, I did that
Yeah.
intentionally.
That's
You
such a
I said that.
after ass.
That's
sick
what I was.
ass immune system.
That's why I said not to. Oh, I said mince my word. I meant not to like mix up my words. Okay. I misspoke on the second part, but I meant okay. All right, let us wrap it up. Thank you for having that sick ass immune system. We hope you stay safe and stay healthy while you listen to our episode and throughout the week. And yeah, keep that immune system sick. And sick.
Really
sick
running that
awesome.
running that joke into the ground, Ellis.
That's awesome. I will run it to the ground until I die. Have a great week. Hope you enjoy the podcast of episode 52. Who's on top? And goodbye.
Goodbye.